Well, hey folks, it's kind of been an uneventful week this week. Bunch of wood cutting. Really, that's it. Haven't been doing a whole lot. So I figured I'd give you guys an update on the solar system. So I've been using this thing for a year now. So a lot of you guys know, if you've been keeping an eye on the channel, what all has went into this system that we have. But for the new folks, I figure I'd just give you guys a little heads up of what we got going on. So the solar system is made up of, or consists of, we have 18 450 watt panels. We have 2 arrays to catch different hours of sunlight, if you will. These pull in quite a bit. We have 2 sets of panels. So we have 12 going into one controller, and we have 6 going into the other. And it's broken down by series into parallel into a combiner box. And then we have 6 going into another. So that seems to do great. There's probably 3 weeks in the winter, maybe more, 3 to 6 weeks I'd say, that it takes generator power to keep us going, to charging. So here's our combiner boxes. We have 2, and this is just one to combine the panels into one grouping to go to the controller, but 2, these are safety features out here for anything that may happen to the panels if we have a short somewhere. So this rack I built myself, and they're all mounted onto this wooden rack, if you will, and it's tied down by these cable ties, and they really have done a great job. We've had some pretty nasty winds, and I haven't had any issues. And then we have all of our wires running through this conduit, which runs straight to the garage. Yeah, it's looking, I'm really impressed with the solar system. I couldn't ask for anything more. It's been great. Like I said, there's 3 to 6 weeks in the wintertime where the days are just too short and the sun is just too low. Without cutting a massive amount of trees, there's just no ifs, ands, buts about it. There may be some trees cut in the future, but in reality, with the battery bank setup that I have, even now, it's March, middle of March, and I can be fully charged by roughly 1 in the afternoon. And we still have like 4 or 5 hours of sunlight left. So really there's no issue with the battery bank setup that I have. Now once the house goes in, we might expand on the battery bank setup, maybe. We'll just have to see how that goes. Eventually when the house is in, all the solar system equipment from the garage will go into our utility room here. I mean, that may not be for another year or so, but it's going to end up moving for sure. It's getting pretty nasty, mucky out here. All right, so here's our battery bank that we have set up. We have 4 5 kilowatt batteries. They're 48 volt batteries, 100 amp hours, 5 kilowatts. So total we have 20 kilowatt hours of batteries. Here's our 2 controllers. We have 1 set of panels coming into each controller. And these controllers they're not the greatest. I'm not super happy with these. They're 250 volt capacity with a 70 watt capacity, which sometimes we get so much sun that it overloads this controller. Now the cool thing about these controllers is that if they don't like the power, they just shut off. They just like shut off until the power is regulated to where it'll accept it again. below the parameters, if you will. So I got these two. We got one set of panels coming in, one set of panels coming in. Now both of these connect to these bus bars, and these bus bars go into the inverter. So this inverter, like, it branches off here, so the power goes into the battery box and it goes into the inverter. Now the inverter sucks off the batteries to power everything inside the garage, outside the garage, the boiler system, everything. I have a normal house here just like anybody else would in the city. However, I just don't pay for my electricity. I just pay for this system. Now this is a pretty big inverter. I can't remember exactly. I want to say it's 18,000 watts. So this thing's pretty big, and it'll be able to, I believe, run the house and the garage at the same time. Like I said, this is expandable. I would like to get another probably 6 more batteries. That's pretty dusty, so don't pay attention to that. But I'd like to get 6 more batteries for the house garage setup later on, and then we'll be able to last a whole lot longer in this system. The cool thing about this solar system is it has its own safety features. So if it doesn't like something, it just shuts off, whether it be voltage, wattage, whatever. It'll shut itself down, and it doesn't kill any power. It'll shut itself down, and it'll have an error code, and it'll let you know what's wrong with it, so we can get it fixed. This solar system was $15,000, I do believe, for everything. And I mean, I hooked it up myself, so I saved on that piece. Now I got this grounded outside. There's 2 8-foot ground rods stuck in the ground, so that the system is completely grounded, legit, if you will, for building. And then we have our inverter running over to our fuse box, which is behind the coat rack. You can also have the fuse box, you can shut the fuses off to everything in the garage, so you have that safety feature as well. Like I said, there's more safety features you could input to make it even safer. I do have this wire comes in from the generator to charge the system. Because this inverter is a charger as well, we're able to start the generator. The generator will start, it'll power the garage plus everything, or start charging the batteries at the same time, which is an amazing bonus for the winter time. And like I said, there is a few weeks, I can't remember exactly how many, I would say 3 to 6 weeks in the winter time, where we are constantly running the generator every day, probably twice a day, just depending on how many hours I can get it to charge. But yeah, other than that, the solar system has been nothing but great. If you have been watching the channels, the only thing I really had to change in the system so far is when we were digging the well guys pulled up the wires, and I did replace the wires running from the panels to the controllers. But other than that, it's been pretty great. So I can't complain one single bit. All right, so as you can see, the snow is melting quick. Super nice to have this snow melting. However, tomorrow we're looking at getting another 5 to 8 inches of snow. So it's not gonna, I thought we would be building here in the next week or two, but I don't know. We'll see how long this takes to melt. We still have quite a few piles here. This is looking really great. A little bit of shoveling, we could pull all this out and get our lumber out. It's looking really, really good. But like I said, we are supposed to get another 5 to 8 inches tomorrow. So definitely going to have to plow and figure it out. But hopefully we have some more warm weather. It melts right away and we don't have any issues. But we were getting so close to being ready to build with the temperatures being so high the last few days. So we're out here by the apple tree and the peach tree, just checking it out, seeing how they weathered the winter. Still a lot of snow on the ground out here, due to the fact that we got about 6 inches of snow the other day. So, but it is warming up, and snow's gonna melt, I'm hoping, sooner than later. We get to building this house. But I know it's getting warmer, and I do believe that the bears will be out here soon. So we're gonna go ahead and throw a couple cameras up around the property. We'll see if we got any bears coming in or going out. We'll see where they're going. But yeah, let's get some cameras out here just to give it a little look-see. All right, there you can see the panels. That's where the road is. We got our little camera set up here, looking down this path here, looking down towards the apple trees. I have seen tracks coming in through here. It might be better to push the camera back a little bit, but I'm gonna put it here for now. We'll leave it there for a week or so. We'll see what we got on that camera. I'm gonna go ahead and go down the other driveway. I'll put the camera down there. We'll see if we got any movement going up and down them trails. Well guys, it's been a crazy week out here. We had snow melt to be almost all gone. We had a massive rainstorm come through, something crazy, and then we got snow again. I think this is going to be the cycle for the next couple weeks, and hopefully we can get all this snow melt. We can get the pad uncovered, get our wood uncovered, and we can start pushing the building process. But I'm gonna go ahead and get some wood cut today, again, and I'll see you later. Peace.